welcome to tonight's Big Brother 21 chat. Well, this is like the first time all season that you've been happy at the beginning of a recap.
Because we're getting a freaking inch instead of getting our heads handed to ourselves.
This is everything. This episode, oh my god, I'm wondering if like this season was so bad for so long just so we could enjoy this episode.
Alright, well, episode 18. If you remember, last time, Sam was evicted. And they didn't do the HOH yet.
And Julie was all like, oh my god, it's so crazy in there. We can't even like put it in this show, so make sure you watch Sunday. And it's Sunday! I've been looking forward to this. That is one of the first times all season that I've been looking forward to an episode.
Do you feel like they did an accurate Sum and Substance highlight reel?
I do. Okay, here's the thing. So they had this like 80-minute leak, 80 minutes before the live show that was leaked onto the internet, so we could see that. We didn't get to see like the money shot of the boat lounge during that. We saw people's reactions to what was being said. However, I will say, I thought this was a pretty accurate depiction, but it was very simplified. There were a lot of other moving pieces, I think, during the real lead up to the eviction vote, which they just couldn't mention here because it would have been too confusing for people that aren't watching.
I think they had a lot of good highlights in there, including Cliff telling Nicole, you have to come listen. The six are breaking apart. They're breaking apart, Nicole. And she's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
And he was like, no, you have to come here. And then she was all like, yeah,
because we had talked about that before.
We did. So I thought it was accurate, but it was just like simplified because they really focused on Kat and Holly, if they know each other or not, which they do.
Which they do.
Yeah. But there were a lot of other things like, you were involved in this alliance, you were involved in this alliance, you said this. So they kind of just left that out to make it more of a cohesive story, but whatever. So anyway.
Last time we left off, everybody was studying for the comp. But before all that went down, all hell broke loose, Julie.
I can't believe Tommy was trying to smooth things over with Kat while she is trying to study.
Yeah.
This is the quiet room in the library. So if you're going to be talking, go back up to the first floor.
Alright, so it all started with Jack and Jackson talking.
Okay.
Jack and Mickey. Mickey tells Jack, Kat and Holly are friends outside the house.
They know each other. They know each other for a long time.
Yeah.
It was a real ASMR moment.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know why they,
what?
They couldn't, like, say that out loud.
Because they're not supposed to know each other. I don't think that this was planned by production. It wasn't like Christy and Tommy. So whenever they were talking about Kat and Holly knowing each other, it was like, whoa.
We're not, don't talk about production.
Yeah, but then once Kat and Holly found out that it was in an episode, they knew that they were allowed to talk about it. I don't know if Jackson knew it at that point, if it aired on the show.
Right.
And also, I guess he probably didn't want other people to overhear him say that, right?
Right.
So, yeah, he was telling Jack in that conversation, we can't trust Christy, we can't trust Tommy. He was also saying we can't trust Sis. So Jack is just like, blah, 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 blah. What? Yeah. You're telling me I can't trust Christy?
Yeah.
And Tommy? Sis? Whatever. But Christy and Tommy? So he is so in denial that he is trying to say, oh, well, I think that everybody that's been bringing us information about Christy trying to work with the other side is all part of this big lie that they like came up with together. And that's why Jackson was saying, you really think that Kat and Holly, who have known each other for years before this, you really think that Kat is going to try and F with Holly's game like that? So that's where that came from. So,
okay.
I know. So as Jack is hearing like, oh my god, they know each other, he's just like,
He didn't seem too concerned, though, when Jackson mentioned it on day 2.
We'll get there. Yeah, because Jackson found out about this connection between Kat and Holly on like the second day after him and Kat hooked up for the first time and they were having their pillow talk. So he ran to Jack the next day and was like, yo, they know each other. But Jack didn't say anything about it at the time. I think he forgot.
Probably. He seems a bit simple, Jack. Didn't we suspect that from the cast assessment?
Yeah, because he was the one. We gotta go back and rewatch our freaking cast reveal. Because he was the one that had like friggin' 3 words or whatever in his bio. Yeah. Remember?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Alright, well. He's very upset because Jackson is telling him we can't trust Christy and Tommy.
He's basically
and we're gonna have to turn our backs on them.
Yeah, he's basically telling him the 6 is over, and Jack is like, no.
So Jack goes and tells Tommy.
Ah!
And Tommy is like,
I knew it.
I knew it. I knew they knew each other. And he had the receipts too. They showed the
stagecoach thing.
Right.
Oh, I can't believe we had to leave Sunday night. That sucks. Blah, blah, blah. We were probably standing right next to each other.
Right.
Gulp. What?
How did no one pick up on that?
I think, well, a few people did, but they didn't, like, say anything about it.
Why weren't they like, wait, what are you talking about? Right. I would have called them out immediately.
Would you?
Yes, I would have.
Well, also, I'm sure part of Tommy did not want to say anything, knowing that he's known Christy outside of the house for like 7 years. So he doesn't want to be calling out people for knowing each other when he has his own connection to another house guest. So I'm sure that was another reason for him to keep it under wraps. Sure, right. If somebody else calls them out, fine. But I don't think he wanted to be the one to do it.
Alright, well, Tommy takes it one step further and he plays Big Brother telephone and he's like, well, Kat and Holly know each other outside of the house. Mickey knows them too. Yeah. It's a trio and we can't have a trio in Jarray unless it's me, Jack, and Christy.
Well, he means like with outside connections.
Right.
But if you guys haven't been keeping up with the spoilers, it turns out that Jackson actually sort of does know Holly. He is roommates with a friend of Holly.
Right.
And he followed Holly on Instagram before the show and everything. He had a girlfriend at the time. The girlfriend found out, got pissed, and then he unfollowed her.
Right.
And then, whoa, they're in the house together. So weird.
Shocking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tommy now wants to flip the vote. He wants to get rid of Kat, and he wants to keep Sam. And Sam is so excited.
Oh, Sam! So he's like, okay, this is great. We'll break up the trio. We'll pull in Sam. We'll pull in Nick. And we'll go after Jackson and Holly.
So then,
voila.
Tommy tells Christy the plan. Also about, he's confirming that Kat and Holly know each other.
An important piece that they left out here too, I guess just for like time and to keep it more streamlined. They told Christy all of the information that Sam was spreading during his campaign about how Christy was cool with Jack and Jackson going up on the block during Cliff's HOH, all that stuff. So it seemed like very damning information, didn't it? But Jack, again, was brushing it off and being like, no, it's not a big deal because we've said in the past that when we're talking to people outside of the alliance, we'll pretend that we're cool with our allies going up. But, like, it's just telling them what they want to hear. So he was like, no, that's all being blown out of proportion. So he was telling Christy about it, even though he received, this is important, he received very strict instructions from Jackson. No, we are not telling Christy until after Sam is evicted because that's what Sam asked them to do. So there was a lot of tension within the group, like, are we going to tell Christy this or not? So that was a big piece that wasn't really here.
Right. All right, let's just take a little sabbatical from all this for a second. Sis was wearing a freaking garbage bag while she was doing her makeup.
So was Holly.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
A couple of seasons ago, the puppet show, the goat
Rachel
guy.
and Brendan's wedding? Oh,
the
Corey?
Goat guy. Corey was a garbage bag as his puppet.
Yeah. And that wasn't shade. I'm talking, if you guys are new to Big Brother, I'm talking about their wedding on the show. They had a trash bag wedding, not their actual wedding.
Yeah, they made outfits out of trash bags.
Yeah. Wasn't the actual wedding on David Tutera's show?
Yes.
Okay.
Is Sis dressing for the job she wants or the one that she already has?
Oh! Had to be said.
Trash.
They didn't show when she was pranking people and hiding in the garbage can. So she just loves trash, okay? Anyway.
All right. Well, Holly overhears and tells Jackson.
Yeah, she overhears them being like, oh, we can't tell. Oh, it was Tommy and Sis talking, and Tommy was like, oh, we can't tell Sam.
She's like, why are they saying that?
Yeah.
I am so over her and her hair extensions, always like...
She's always touching that hair.
I'm so over it.
All right. Well, she's telling Jackson, I think something's up because what is it that they can't tell Sam?
Yeah.
If he's being evicted. You know, what's going on here? So the paranoia begins, rightfully so.
Jackson goes back to Jack and is like, bruh, are you trying to flip the boat? You trying to flip the boat?
Like, you know, that's not a good sign. He did not have a lot to say to Jackson.
No.
He did not.
Well, he lied. He said, no, he's not.
It's fine.
Yeah. So then Tommy tells Holly.
Well, Holly was like, what the F? Like, you need to look me in the eyes. And Tommy was also just like,
yeah.
I don't know. People are talking. It's not me.
Are you flipping the vote? Are you flipping the vote?
No.
Are other people flipping the vote?
Maybe.
And then he confronts her about knowing Kat, and she's like...
She does a Jackson. She's like...
Yeah.
What?
It was great.
It was great. Oh my god, Holly is such a bad actress. We've seen it before. We saw it when everybody was like accusing Nicole of everything in the world.
Yeah.
And Holly was just like, what?
Yeah.
It's too much, girl. It's too much.
You're terrible at that. You'll never act.
Yeah.
Watch, she'll be like somebody, but she's not.
Okay.
All right, so they have a meeting in
Everyone
the boat lounge.
from the Six starts to file into that boat lounge, and the big topic of conversation here, do Holly and Kat know each other? What's going on?
Right.
And she's like, no, we don't.
The only one who's not relevant and who should be in there is Kat, and she shows up later.
She does end up going in there.
But all of the outcasts, including Sweet Cliff and Sweet Nicole,
this was the best part.
Nicole, you have to go and listen. The Six are breaking apart.
The best part was watching the Sixes, not the Six, the Outsiders' reactions to what was going on in there. Yeah, Nick was like,
Jess, finally somebody lit up the light bulb in her head and she was like, what? What's going on in here?
You notice how they included the thing about, oh, they never include me in anything.
Yeah.
We know what's coming. Okay. So yeah, they're enjoying listening to everything that's happening here.
But she was like completely clueless to like anything that was going on.
Yeah.
Was she like spending a lot of time doing her makeup and that's it?
No, I just don't know where the disconnect was. Because
it seems like she was pretty much the only one who didn't even have a clue.
Well,
about
like people would tell her about things too, and it seemed like she was just in denial. I don't know. But
even after she found out stuff, she was still like, oh, I don't believe it.
Yeah. I don't know.
They don't know each other.
Yeah.
How do you...
Oh, yeah, that part. Yeah.
All right, so Kat denies knowing Holly, and she whips up some tears. And
Kat.
I feel like people don't believe her, but they do, but they still want to keep her to spite Jackson. So it seems like they do, because if they really thought that they did know each other, they wouldn't keep her.
I think they really like Kat as a person too, so that was also making it difficult.
Yeah.
And she volunteered to go up as a pawn to benefit their group, so that was another like, ugh, kind of thing. Like, are we really gonna vote out this girl that volunteered to help us out?
But she dirty. All right, so Jackson is upset, but the real reason why Jackson was upset is because he is in love with Jack, and Jack chose Christy over him.
Yep, this is not the first time that Jackson has shared information with Jack, and he turns right around and shares it with Christy.
Well, the Six is done. Slam that door on.
Oh my God! When Jackson walked out, and he was just like, thought I could trust you, Jack. And Jack slams that door shut.
Love it.
How symbolic.
Yes.
Slamming the door on the 6th. Yes.
But during the discussions also, and further discussions, they were trying to like backpedal, you know, smooth some stuff over about them knowing each other, and they're trying to convince Jack that Jackson didn't actually say what he thought he heard him say.
Well, here's the thing. This part was not in the leak, so this is all new to the episode, which is exciting. It's like we're watching a show about a book, and it like goes past
right
where the book ended.
Fiction.
Yeah. So, Jackson was like, why are you freaking out about this information right now? I told you about this on day 2. And Jack is so animated during this conversation, jumping over beds and like,
you said it differently.
You said it differently on that day.
Yeah.
He was saying, you know, the first time you brought this up on day 2, you were telling me you thought they knew each other. Now you're saying it like they do know each other, like it's a fact. Because it is. So he's like, it's different. Blah.
All right.
How funny is it though? Oh my god. First of all, that Christy and Tommy are so vocally calling out Kat and Holly for knowing each other when they really know each other.
Yeah.
And how upset is Jack gonna be?
He's really gonna be upset
when he finds out that Christy and Tommy know each other. Oh my god, he's gonna jump over a mountain or something. I don't know.
I guess it's over between him and Christy after that happens. I mean, in real life too, because if he didn't think that he could trust her anymore.
I don't know.
Alright, like we said, Christy wants to keep Kat because she thinks Mickey wants to keep Sam.
Right, so another thing that wasn't super clear here, everybody was trying to figure out why would Jackson throw Holly under the bus and say that she knows Kat. So they reasoned out. They thought that it was Jackson trying to flip the vote by making everybody want Kat out for that reason.
Right.
So Christy's like, you know what? If he wants to keep Sam, we're not going to do it.
Right.
We're going to keep Kat. So that's really what this decision boiled down to here.
It was wrong reasons. They really, really, really should have kept Sam.
Well, certain people, yes. Certain people, no.
To spite Jackson, they should have kept Sam.
Yeah, well, because they were thinking, oh, well, this whole big blow-up happened. Kat wants Jackson to go, so we're going to keep her, and it's going to be great. She's going to take him out. But does Kat want to actually take Jackson out?
Nope.
Not right now.
Maybe on a date.
Hopefully soon get rid of him, but like she doesn't want to right now.
Alright, well let's talk about the comp.
Okay. Like obviously we saw what happened. Yeah. Sam was evicted, but how sad was it when it was all decided and they were sitting down for the show and Jack was next to Sam, he's just like, sorry, and Sam was just like, oh.
Yeah.
No! Okay. But just to make you guys feel better, I already saw some pictures on Twitter of Sam reunited with his family.
Oh, good.
And that made me feel a lot better. So hopefully you guys will feel better too.
Yeah. Did they fly out to California or
I think he was
back
at
in
home.
Pennsylvania?
I think he was at home.
And we were in Pennsylvania today.
Oh my god.
We weren't visiting Sam. Alright, so it's time for the comp and Mickey was out first.
So we saw it was true or false about the different camp setups.
Right.
So yeah, Mickey was out first and Holly was just like, don't freak out.
It wasn't even about the setups. It was just about what was on the screen.
The photos, yeah.
But I guess people didn't know that they should only study the screen.
No, I think they probably told them it's going to be based on the photos, yeah.
Well, then they had a really ridiculously large budget to set up all that other crap. They could have just set up the screens.
Network TV, baby. This isn't season 1 when they're like, the competition is, can you choke down this
peanut butter sandwich? Yeah. Can you do the obstacle course with the peanut butter sandwich?
They used the crunchy this time.
Oh, shoot.
Sorry, I guess that was season 2. I don't want anyone to yell at me.
Alright, so... no, season 1 was Chicken George, like, I think they want us all to quit.
Okay, anyway, that's for another day.
Alright, so... It was down to Kat versus Jess versus Nicole.
And before that, Jack was the six shooters' final hope, but
the six shooters was done anyway.
Well, so. I mean, for like Christy and Tommy and all them and Sis. So yeah, it came down to Kat versus Jess versus Nicole, which is like, yes, what a great group, love it, love to see it.
Ended up winning the HOH.
What? Honestly, I wasn't that surprised because she did really well in the fireworks one. She almost won that. She's done well in other competitions before too, so.
It's just, she's clueless.
I don't know what happened.
Even when people tell her stuff.
I feel like they put something in her
food,
drink this week. Like, she is with it this week. Everything she's saying, I'm like, yes. Yeah, well, not everything, but most of the things she's saying, I'm like, yes. It's very exciting. Okay, so yeah, Jess is the new HOH this week. It's a power shift for sure.
Well, and there's a new alliance, kind of.
Well, it's not really new, but it's, I feel like they have recommitted to it.
It's Cliff's Angels.
Mm-hmm.
It's Cliff, Kat, Nicole, and Jess, and they celebrate in the storage room, and they pose. Is Cliff Bosley?
I guess. They already made this alliance.
Or Charlie.
It was during Cliff's HOH, wasn't it?
Maybe.
They made this alliance. Kat sold it out to Holly very quickly at the time, but now, you know, it's beneficial for her to work with them, so.
Is she done with Holly?
No.
Okay, so she's going to be playing both sides.
Well, here's the thing.
Or is she going to try and pull Holly in?
Here's the thing. Right now, Kat's two alliances are pretty much on the same side. So it's working out for her this week. It's going to get a little dicey for her once they're opposed, you know? Right now, she's got her like three-mance with Holly and Jackson, and then she has Cliff's Angels, and they're all kind of working together.
Are they, though?
Yeah. For right now, they are.
All right.
But that could change, so it'll be interesting to see who Kat ends up siding with.
Right. Well, there is no more 6 going forward. That is for sure.
That is what they're saying. Anyway, Christy's like, no way. Jackson's coming after me. It's done. Sis is all like, yeah, I'm never working with them again.
Holly does not want the 6 to break.
Yeah, Holly
break apart.
Holly's like, guys, can we reconsider? Can we fix this, please?
I feel like she's the only one, though.
Well, Tommy is sort of thinking that, but also he knows there's no way that Christy's going to want to work with Jackson again. Yeah. And Jack is mourning his bromance, which is now seemingly donezo. So he's like, ugh. Part of him, I think, would like for it to all be better, but I don't know if you can go back.
Holly and Kat, we can't let a guy come between us, except he already has. Okay. It's time to vote for the people you want to go on the field trip. Finally.
Yay. Who are you guys voting for? This was supposed to be
last week, I feel like.
I don't know.
But somebody effed it all up.
I think they probably wanted to wait until all of the activity powers were done, maybe?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think they effed it up. Something happened. We didn't know. Nobody mentioned a word about it.
But let us know who you guys are voting for the field trip. I haven't voted yet.
Somebody had said in the comments, what happens if the person you voted for gets evicted this week?
I guess they would just go to the next person.
Right. It's going to be the top 3 that are still eligible, aka in the game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Kat is done with her old alliance.
Well, when we say old alliance, she means the remainders, you know, whoever is left in the 6, so.
But she was never in the 6.
No, but she means she's done with Christy, Jack.
She's done with playing both sides?
Sis.
Nope.
And, who am I missing? Tommy.
I think she's fantasizing because she's not done with anything yet.
No, she's still with Jackson and Holly, but she's saying that she's done with the other people that were in the 6, because she wasn't really with them. She was
never with the 6.
No, I'm saying she was associated with that group because she was hanging on to Holly and Jackson. So now that they are away from the 6, she doesn't have to deal with those other 4 anymore. She's like, no, it's done. Bye.
Yeah, I think she's always been a free agent and always will be.
Okay.
All right. The plan is... Jess's plan
is awesome.
Pretend to want Jackson out.
Because that's what is going to please the 4. Jack, Christy, Tommy, Sis.
And they're going to get rid of Jack.
Ah! So, okay, obviously.
It's not a blind side. Well, it is.
Yeah, it is.
But it's like a double blind side. Because she's working with Jackson, and that's only a temporary situation because she's not with him.
Okay.
Right?
Wait, I don't get the double blind side.
Because once they get Jack out...
I mean, they still have some other cleanup work to do. They could be working together for a little bit.
Yeah.
But as much as I would love to see Jackson go, and I do not like him, I think it's a better move to get rid of Jack at this point. Yeah, he's a bigger threat.
I agree with you.
He's a bigger threat. I agree.
And it will leave Tommy and Christy without their third.
Oh, no!
Alright, so it's time
very
for
exciting.
The noms.
Wait, before that.
Is Jess ready to play?
Yes.
I think if people tell her what's going on, because she seems to have a lot of trouble figuring things out.
I don't know. But her speech was excellent about how everybody was leaving her out and she felt so powerless, but now that she has some power.
She's empowered.
Yeah. It was amazing. And she was saying, like, I don't give an F what these people do this week. Like, I want to see everybody run around like cockroaches. And it was such, like, a Daenerys move. Like, she's all, where are my dragons? And she is ready to freaking burn that place down.
Yeah, but is this going to put a big target on her?
Honestly, I think she's going to be okay. I don't see Christy and Tommy and all them going after Jess when they still have Jackson, Cliff, Holly around. They're going to want to take them out.
But Jackson
and Nick
is really good at convincing people to do or not do things, and Jess is not so good at that.
I don't see Christy targeting Jess before she targets Jackson.
Let's just see how it plays out.
Okay.
Alright, so the noms go down, and obviously it's Jack and Jackson.
Woo!
She said, it just makes sense.
It was so much fun the first time. We got to do it again.
So Jack is feeling very down on himself. He feels like he effed up. And it's the underdog's house.
Oh my god, Nicole having so much fun this week. It's great because I feel like she's had a really rough time so far. And to see her really letting loose this week is wonderful.
But will this have legs?
I hope so.
I hope so too, but I'm not convinced.
At the very least, it is greatly changing the dynamics of the house. If they can get rid of Jack this week or Jackson, it's really going to shake things up. And I think it's going to be great. I think this week could save the season.
I don't know about save the season.
Or at least make it tolerable.
A tall order. I think it's a bright spot of hope. But I'm not convinced yet.
Okay.
Put me down as not
We'll pencil you
yet.
in.
Exactly. Alright, so guys, let us know what you thought in the comments, who you're voting for the field trip. And until next time, much love.